Hello YouTube. I'm getting started on my next diorama. It's going to be a World War I diorama. I already started on the French soldiers, and then I'm going to do some German soldiers. Show you a couple of those. They're built and primed and ready to be painted. There's another one. All ready to go. And we'll just put those right back up there. And then I primed out all their weapons and everything that goes with them. So those will all be ready to go. And then I took these off. It's the guy who's wounded. And then here's the guy who's kind of picking him up. So I started a wall, and that's just made out of, you know, the foam, your insulation foam. And then I've already got the base sealed and stained, so that will kind of go like that on there. Just so you can kind of get an idea. And these guys will be coming through. And the Germans will probably be in here. Or I might do it the other way around. I haven't really decided yet. But that's what we're going for. This, I know somebody had said, oh, you should show us do this. Well, first things first. You cut out the piece of the foam. Okay, I cut an arch in this. All you do, you take a pen, you draw what you want. Then when you're done, I just take this and push all that stuff in. That way, it's all pushed in, because this obviously is going to be white. And then this stuff right in here, I mean, you can actually use your pen and kind of, you know, push it in and all that stuff. But sometimes I'll take a knife, or I'll take something, you know, a piece of metal or something, and just kind of make those grooves and push things in, move stuff around. But I'm going to have some work to do on this. I'm actually going to put some plaster up here. This is out of a picture I found, a World War I picture, that I'm going to use this wall. So, and actually had these troops by that wall. But that's what we got so far. That's just starting out. So you just draw what you want. Also, I picked up some balsa wood, and that'll be for the little like door to the wall I'm gonna make. And then there's some boards for the sides. So picked up a few things. I ordered some stuff online for the ground, so I'm waiting on that to show up before I really get started on this base. And then I'll probably look for some foliage too for this, kind of maybe make a path, maybe a garden area, something like that, because this would be like a, you know, more of a town wall, you know, maybe a wall leading from a garden area into the city. So, but that's just getting things started. And these guys look kind of neat. Let me pan down a little bit, because it's kind of cool the way he's kind of like, if I can get it to go, going to help him up. So, as you can see back there in the picture. But anyways, that's what we got going on so far. Still got a lot of work to do on this, but that's just starting out. And making these walls, they're actually pretty easy. You know, especially something like this, because it's not all brick, it's not all block. This is just like random stone. That's the only brick piece that I did right there in the archway. But, you know, and then you don't have to do the whole thing because this is going to be like the plaster, you know. This just looks like it's old and it's crumbling, you know. And besides, realistically, when you get into 1/35 scale World War I models, there's a wide variety of kits, but not as much as what I'd like to see, and I'm sure others would like to see. You know, like as in comparison to World War II kits and dioramas and stuff. So, all right, well, I'm going to get started on this, and we'll take a look at how this goes. Okay, so here's what we got going on so far. Got the guys painted up for the most part, except for where, you know, they were being held up. Let me get, so there's one guy. These are the only parts I didn't paint because that was holding it up so that I could paint. There's one. Here's our wounded soldier. And then, oh, boy, that does not want to, there we go. He, of course, is the guy who's helping him. And then here is the last one. So we're getting close. So this is obviously, you know, our guys will be coming through this back side, which would be a doorway to basically a trench. So I did the foam board. And then this stuff is the AK light earth, which I've got more work to do there. But that is all this stuff. And basically I also use this as a paste for the balsa wood, which I have in here. And I've got more work to do. I got to put something in between there to make dirt look like it's piled up. But this, all the sandbags are made, and it's made with a Sculpey baking clay. So, which seems to work pretty good. This is the second time I've used that. I used that with the tank that I did to put it on that Sherman tank. And now I'm trying it out here. So it's definitely a cheap way to get sandbags if you feel like making them. But that's where we're at. This stuff I took a piece of this balsa wood and put it down, then took a brush and smoothed it all out. But there's more, that's just base. There's way more to be done there. I have to paint all the wood. I have to paint the sandbags. I have to paint the wall. There's a lot of work to do yet. But that's what we got so far. So it'll look like these guys coming through the door. Him getting shot, of course. But you can kind of see. Can't get him to stand up now. Anyways, you can kind of see how it's going to go. And then I've got some Germans that I'll put down here in the trench. So it almost looks like they're sneaking up behind them. And obviously the sneak attack doesn't look like it's going so well so far. But that's what we got so far. I think we're going to make this a several part video like I usually do. I was going to do the whole thing, but for lack of time, I'll just put different parts on there like I normally do. So right now this is our World War I diorama that we're working on. You get to see what it looks like so far and kind of give you an idea of how those trenches are. That's about the height for the guys. I'll bring it down. So that's about right. But anyways, so that's what we have so far. Sculpey clay, baking clay for the sandbags if you want to make sandbags. And if you like that look, which I know I got a lot of work to do on that. I'm not sure that I'm really digging this. Down in here I was going to put some mud anyways and kind of make it, soften it up going up into this and making this dry. But I don't know, that's kind of, I have to add to that. That looks closer to sand. I mean, obviously I smoothed it out. I'd have to make it look more realistic, but I'm not necessarily a huge fan of this stuff right now. I don't know, as we go along, maybe I'll like it better after I do more work with some of the other AK products that I have. But anyways, that's that light earth and the Sculpey clay so far. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, please subscribe. Tune back in to see how this plays out, the way it looks when it's done. If you haven't already, thank a veteran, thank them for their service, and God bless.